again, I'm Teresa Petrie, and this is the Rush Club, driven by your Boat Club. We come to you today from Admiral D's out here in White Bear Lake. We love being here. This is just one great place. In this edition, we're going rodeo. We are all over the place and getting you revved up. Up next, we're off to Anoka. Time to jump into the big rigs. Today we are here at the Anoka County Fairgrounds for the annual Truck and Tractor Pull. I am here with Kay Ginningsman, and she's going to tell us what it's like to drive one of these big rigs. Kay, why don't you tell us a little bit about your pickup here?
Well, I drive this is a four-wheel drive, they call it. 650 cubic inch motor is what powers these, and we run an NTPA, which is National Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. And 2 years ago, actually, I won the Region 3, which is Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin area, and got invited out to a pull out in Ohio called the Interlake Pull-Off, and won that also. So there's a lot of fun in this sport. There's only a few of us women that pull, but we have a good time.
So I'm standing here with Carol Suki, who's driving one of these big rigs. Carol, why don't you tell us what it is and what it means to pull one of these trucks?
This is a four-wheel drive modified pickup truck, and we've been pulling on a national circuit now for just about 18 years. I've been driving this truck, and what it means to get in this truck is actually you're looking for a quick, fast ride. It's quite an adrenaline rush when you're going down the track and getting ready. Most of it starts before you get on the track with the truck. By the time your run's only probably about 13 seconds long, so in that amount of time, you don't really have much to think about other than getting your truck down to the end of the track.
Well, what exactly are you pulling out there out in the arena?
There is a weighted transfer skid, so it's like a big flatbed trailer that has a weight transfer box on it with a lot of weight in it that transfers its weight as you go down the track, making it heavier and heavier, trying to stop you.
And how much weight is on that block? That's a pretty big block.
Yeah, they put about anywhere from 32,000 to 42,000, depending on the class, of weight in the weight transfer box, or the weight transfer weigh in total going down the track.
All right, so Kate, tell me a little about how you got involved in this sport.
Well, back probably 23 years ago, my husband and I started just stock truck pulling, and it kind of evolved from there. At one point, we had 3 trucks. My husband and I ran against each other. And the last 5 years, I've been driving the four-wheel drive truck, and he drove a 4-engine modified tractor. And he died a year ago, actually, on Monday.
I'm so sorry.
After a short illness. But we're out, we're still doing this, and we're having a good time.
My husband was involved in this as a kid growing up, and it just kind of evolved once we got married. It was kind of one of those rituals when you're dating a girl, you have to find out if she can drive a truck. So we just kind of fell into place. It all worked out.
All these trucks and tractors got names on them. What's the name of your pickup here? I gotta ask you.
My name is, on mine is Earthshaker 2. And the way that came about was years ago we had a truck called Earthshaker, and then that burnt in a fire that we had 10 years ago. So this is Earthshaker 2. And we also had a truck called Aftershock, and my husband's tractor is Aftermath, so everything just kind of falls into place.
Well, let me ask you, it's got to be an expensive sport driving something like this. Do you blow your engines, or what's the most expensive part of these trucks?
The engine definitely is, and yes, unfortunately, you do have incidents like that. We're down for quite a bit last year with a blown motor. We would try to prevent that. We maintain our vehicles after every run, trying to prevent those situations, but definitely is a costly situation. This is my vacation on wheels.
Well, let me ask you, as far as giving advice to someone like myself to getting involved and jumping in one of these things, how would you go about getting started?
Well, first of all, you're going to have to find someone to build one for you, and just get in it. You know, you learn from experience. You just have to get in the seat and try it out, and eventually you get better. I've been doing it for 15 years, so I should know what I'm doing by now, but every track is different. You have to experience at least one season to get the full feel of how to drive it. And I think more women should get into it. There's nothing wrong with that. I know in the national circuit, there's still only probably 8 or 10 of us that actually pull these things, and I don't know why that is, but I encourage, women, they can do anything just like a man can.
Carol, thanks for being here. Only on the Rush Club you're going to get stories about gals like this. We'll see you next time.
Straddling the end here, or what do you think?
Don't forget, you can learn more about us at the Rush Club by visiting our new website. It's therushclub.com. Upcoming events, stories, our bios, and fun little facts about us at the Rush Club, all at your fingertips. While you're there, drop us a note too. We're also on Facebook, so friend us there. That's therushclub.com. What a rush. Tell us what it was like back in the military as a woman to fly planes.
Now, we had a group of fellas. There were 15 of them in the Sky Club.
There's no place you'd rather be than here. Your Boat Club gets you out on the water better and more affordably. You're in the driver's seat with Your Boat Club. 70 boats, 7 locations, no hassles. Your Boat Club gives you the ease of online reservations. So relax, entertain, fish, or ski.
I love the convenience that we can just pop out and go out for a little bit.
Say goodbye to costly upkeep, repairs, cleaning, and boat insurance. Your Boat Club is simply the smartest way to boat. It's all yours at Your Boat Club.
Pro Power Sports is your one-stop shop for fun year-round. There's never been a better time to get out and play. Pro Power Sports and Marine has a great selection of all the top brands. Our service and support is always there for you, and we stand behind every sale. At Pro Power Sports and Marine, we love the outdoors just like you. New or used, ATV to snowmobile, dirt bike to boat, we'll capture your passion and you'll buy with confidence. And most importantly, have the time of your life. Serving you online 24 hours a day and from our Ramsey, Minnesota location. We're Pro Power Sports and Marine.
We're the RV leaders in Minnesota, and Niemeyer Trailer Sales is ready to get you rolling. At Niemeyer Trailer Sales, we're family and building a customer bond since 1965. Our staff is dedicated to finding you the right RV and committed after the sale. We have Rockwood, Arctic Fox, Prowler, and Travelite. We have fifth wheels, travel trailers, campers, super service, and experience. Let us work for you online at Niemeyers.com or visit us in person. You'll see Niemeyers is the place to be.
We're Minnesota Inboard Water Sports. Our mission is simple: the best boats, superior service, making a customer for life. New or used, Minnesota Inboard has an amazing selection, a Metro and Northern Lake location. Family-owned Minnesota Inboard is proudly the Midwest #1 dealer of direct drive inboards and the nation's top Malibu dealer. Only the latest water sports in our pro shop, and our service team is king. Enjoy the water like never before. The perfect boat awaits, soon to have a new Excelsior location at Minnesota Inboard.
I knew that I had to fly airplane.
Wow. Today on the Rush Club, we are here at the Air Expo 2012 with a lady who has an absolutely amazing story to share with us, Liz Strofus. Now, while most of you are probably sitting at home on your couch, Liz here would rather be 20,000 feet high in the sky. Liz, if you could, just tell us your story here from the beginning.
I enjoyed flying, but I didn't even realize that. As a young person, I liked to get high and sit on roofs, shimmy up a telephone pole, this sort of thing. And so I was working at the local courthouse. There was a fella that come up to the office to do some filing of papers, and he kept talking about flying. Now, gee, flying. I could get up there and see the beautiful world God made for us. So he saw I was interested. You want to fly? I said, sure. And so he brought me out to the local airport. We went up about 4,000 feet into a stall, into a spin. He looked around at me and I said, one more time? So we went up one more time. After 10 one more times, he didn't look around anymore. He landed that airplane. He didn't look too good.
Against the Japanese Navy during World War II.
Liz, tell us what it was like back in the military as a woman to fly planes.
Now, we had a group of fellas. There were 15 of them in the Sky Club. One of the fellows went into the Air Corps, and so then they asked me to be a part of their group. I asked them how much it's going to cost. $100. I never saw $100 in my life. But I heard the banks loan money. I went down to the local banker and I said, Mr. Cowell, I'd like to borrow $100. Miss Wall, what are you going to do with $100? I said, I'm going to fly. Oh, he said, women don't fly. I said, I'm going to. It was just a wonderful time. And some of the people said, oh, it's really, they treat women really bad when they start doing something like flying. But I never had any trouble with those fellows. They were all just darling to me. I heard about this organization called Women's Air Force Service Pilot down in Sweetwater, Texas. And I knew I wanted to fly military aircraft. You know, those years I wasn't afraid of flying anything.
Where were you stationed? Where did you get to fly?
I flew in training. I flew at Sweetwater, Texas. We were in the class called 44-1. We were the first class to graduate in 1944. It was a wonderful experience. We first flew in the PT-19, and that's was our primary training. And then we went into the BT-19, and that was a basic trainer. And then we went to the AT-6. Oh, I love that AT-6. I always say I had a kind of love affair with it because I had a farmer friend of mine who had an airplane, and he came down to Texas and he said, now you saw you could fly the airplane. Now come home and get married. I said, no, I don't want her. Well, he talked for 2 days, and well, I can go home, get married, because he's got an airplane. Well, I went to see the CEO, and I told her I was going to be leaving because I just had my basic training. And she said, Betty, if that's what you want to do, that's your privilege. But she said, before you sign this resignation, I would like you to get a flight in this AT-6. I got a flight in that AT-6, and I said, I can't come home. And so I didn't go home. He got married. We both lived happily ever after.
What kind of advice would you have for the men and women today considering an aviation's career or as a pastime?
What I say to these young people that are interested in flying, follow your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. If you have the confidence and the ability, then you should go for it. As long as it isn't illegal or immoral, go for it, right?
Liz, thank you so much for being here. You have an absolutely incredible story to tell. Here on the Rush Club at the Air Expo 2012, Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and we'll see you next time.
That's one beautiful airplane. It's part of our great collection.
Hey, summer's still young, so get your calendar out. Here's some of the events and shows that you need to know about and that we're keeping an eye on at the Rush Club.
You have to understand the safety of each firearm.
Stop out to Admiral D's here on beautiful White Bear Lake. They've got great food, awesome drink specials, and be sure you go to their website, www.admiralds.com.
All right, it's 5:30 a.m. We got a car, a couple cameras. Gonna go have some fun. I can get closer. Here's the true test. Chris, let's see what you got.
NOS, high performance energy. Drink NOS, fuel victory.
That was a blast. I'm done.
We're Minnesota Inboard Water Sports. Our mission is simple. The best boats, superior service, making a customer for life. New or used, Minnesota Inboard has an amazing selection, a metro and northern lake location. Family-owned Minnesota Inboard is proudly the Midwest's #1 dealer of direct drive inboards and the nation's top Malibu dealer. Only the latest water sports in our pro shop. And our service team is king. Enjoy the water like never before. The perfect boat awaits, soon to have a new Excelsior location at Minnesota Inboard.
We're the RV leaders in Minnesota, and Niemeyer Trailer Sales is ready to get you rolling. At Niemeyer Trailer Sales, we're family and building a customer bond since 1965. Our staff is dedicated to finding you the right RV and committed after the sale. We have Rockwood, Arctic Fox, Prowler, and Travelite. We have fifth wheels, travel trailers, campers, super service and experience. Let us work for you online at Niemeyers.com or visit us in person. You'll see Niemeyers is the place to be.
There's no place you'd rather be than here. Your Boat Club gets you out on the water better and more affordably. You're in the driver's seat with Your Boat Club. 70 boats, 7 locations, no hassles. Your Boat Club gives you the ease of online reservations. So relax, entertain, fish, or ski.
I love the convenience that we can just pop out and go out for a little bit.
Say goodbye to costly upkeep, repairs, cleaning, and boat insurance. Your Boat Club is simply the smartest way to boat. It's all yours at Your Boat Club.
I'm here at Bill's Gun Shop and Range with Shalane. Looking downstairs, I see all of these couples here tonight for ladies' night. What's going on there?
It's really turned into couples night, date night with ladies' night. I think the guys have figured out that they get to come and have personal instruction from me on ladies' night when they bring a gal with them. But it's a great date night. It's turned out to be a date night.
So Shalane, everywhere I look around your gun store, I see signs about safety. I mean, why is gun safety so important?
Safety, you have to understand the safety of each firearm.
Yep, that's perfect.
You need to understand how they operate.
All right, go ahead, open up the slide again.
Especially the muzzle of the gun. That is the front end of the barrel of the gun, and that in particular needs to be pointed safely. You need to keep your trigger finger off the trigger of the firearm until you have your target in sight. That is safety. There are 4 universal safety rules. All guns are loaded until you know they're empty. You're never willing to put that muzzle in anything that you're not willing to destroy. That trigger finger stays off the trigger until you have your target in sights. And most importantly, know your target and what's beyond.
What got you involved in instructing the course around here?
I've been involved with firearms my whole life. Since I was 9 years old, my dad took me out pheasant hunting with my big 12-gauge shotgun, of course, landed on my rear, but didn't matter whatsoever. Pistols, you know, I got into more a little over 10 years ago, and the one thing I noticed is women, especially, weren't in the field. And when I came to Bill's, I wanted, started my firearm instructing, and it went from there. I created the ladies programs here, and it has taken off full blown. It's been fantastic.
I bet they thank you to high heaven for that.
Yeah, they do.
What's the best part of ladies' night? I'm interested to know.
Well, like tonight. I mean, already so far we have 5 new ladies here tonight. Never touched a handgun in their life. And let me tell you, when I'm out on that range and I'm going to take them through how to shoot a handgun, the smile on their faces. That first shot, and it's dead center because I taught them what to do, they smile, and that's it right there. Any person, man or woman, when they take their first shot, the smile that comes across their face makes the whole day.
As someone who has kind of had the same history as you, growing up shooting, do you ever feel like you're breaking the myth of gun ownership?
Absolutely. No offense to the men in this world, but it's been a man's world, and they brought home the meat. And for once, ladies have realized that they can do it too, and it's fun. All right, firearms are dangerous. That's why safety rules are there to be implied. But shooting on a range, it's a whole lot of fun.
I bet.
Yeah, you can't, it's great. And I'm a gun owner. I own several handguns and rifles and shotguns, so I have safes full.
Well, and I know now that I've been here once, I'm definitely coming back with some of my own personal firearms.
There you go.
Bring some friends with me.
That's right. I expect to see you next ladies' night.
Absolutely, every Wednesday.
All right.
If I'm interested in getting involved with ladies' night or just Bill's Gun Shop and Range, how do I go about that?
You go to our website, www.billsgs.com, and it will tell you exactly what's going on between training, ladies' night, all of our events. We have DNR training coming up, in August, and it's just great. It'll tell you everything you need to know right on the website.
Each and every week, Minnesota Inboard brings us our lake update. So if you're getting out on the boat, here's a Rush Club look at lake water temperatures. Up next, we're going to introduce you to one of the rodeo's biggest stars. It's ahead on the Rush Club.
There was times I was like, can I do this? Can I keep going?
Stop out to Admiral D's here on beautiful White Bear Lake. They've got great food, awesome drink specials, and be sure you go to their website, www.admiralds.com.
We're the RV leaders in Minnesota, and Niemeyer Trailer Sales is ready to get you rolling. At Niemeyer Trailer Sales, we're family and building a customer bond since 1965. Our staff is dedicated to finding you the right RV and committed after the sale. We have Rockwood, Arctic Fox, Prowler, and Travelite. We have fifth wheels, travel trailers, campers, super service and experience. Let us work for you online at Niemeyers.com or visit us in person. You'll see Niemeyers is the place to be.
Pro Power Sports is your one-stop shop for fun year-round. There's never been a better time to get out and play. Pro Power Sports and Marine has a great selection of all the top brands. Our service and support is always there for you, and we stand behind every sale. At Pro Power Sports and Marine, we love the outdoors just like you. New or used, ATV to snowmobile, dirt bike to boat, we'll capture your passion and you'll buy with confidence. And most importantly, have the time of your life. Serving you online 24 hours a day and from our Ramsey, Minnesota location. We're Pro Power Sports and Marine.
All right, it's 5:30 a.m. We got a car, a couple cameras. Gonna go have some fun. I can get closer. Here's the true test. Chris, let's see what you got.
NOS, High Performance Energy. Drink NOS, fuel victory.
That was a blast. I'm done.
There's no place you'd rather be than here. Your Boat Club gets you out on the water better and more affordably. You're in the driver's seat with Your Boat Club. 70 boats, 7 locations, no hassles. Your Boat Club gives you the ease of online reservations. So relax, entertain, fish, or ski.
I love the convenience that we can just pop out and go out for a little bit.
Say goodbye to costly upkeep, repairs, cleaning, and boat insurance. Your Boat Club is simply the smartest way to boat. It's all yours at Your Boat Club.
Get the party started, dial it. Pitbull together with Bud Light. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Teresa and here with Maggie Parker at the Hamill Rodeo in Minnesota. Maggie, tell me, when was it the first time you realized you want to be a bull rider?
Well, the first time I got on a bull, I was barely 16 years old, and I went to a practice pen in Michigan and got on 2 bulls, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I fell off pretty quick, but just the adrenaline rush and everything, it was addicting, and I never stopped after that, and just kept getting on and kept getting better.
How does somebody get started in a sport like this?
Well, everybody starts different. Most of the bull riders have a rodeo family. I have no rodeo in my family. It was just always something that interested me, and I always wanted to do it.
Why don't you tell us about what it's like from beginning to end when you're out there in the arena?
Well, I get ready before, and I stretch and get warmed up, and when I actually get in the chute, I try to clear my mind, because when you're on a bull, you can't think. You really do not have time to think.
The first cowgirl in pro rodeo history to win.
When you're on the bull, it has to all be muscle memory. You can't think, you just have to react. If you think, you're behind and you're going to get bucked off.
About a month ago in Pennington, Kansas. Hey, she can bull rodeo in both. Wow, that's tough. That's a tough bull right there. You want to talk about a gritty lady right there to try him. Maggie Parker, Shaftesbury, Michigan. Hey, y'all make some noise. That girl can still hear you.
Was there any point when you went down that you were intimidated to get back up, or what kept you going?
I guess there's a lot that keeps me going. I mean, I didn't start riding bulls, to prove anything. I just loved it. I loved riding. I loved getting better and hearing the whistle and just the whole addiction to the sport and the lifestyle. A lot of people really look up to me, from young girls to older women to men to just all over the place. People tell me how much I inspire them because I always try to keep a positive attitude and really, stay strong with, stuff is going to happen to you in everybody's life. Horrible things happen, you go through everything, but I'd like to show people that if you keep a positive attitude and just keep pushing and, go for your dreams and don't let anything hold you back. And a lot of people see that, and I really inspire them to, be strong and, help them out of bad situations. And that's really important to me.
What's been your scariest moment? Now I hear you've been hurt about a month ago, you said? Tell us a little about that.
A couple months ago, I broke my foot in the chute, which would have been all right if it was my left foot, but I drive a lot and it was my right foot, so that wasn't good. And a couple weeks I got some cracked ribs, which really did not feel good, but it's just part of the sport. It's different from a lot of other professional sports because a professional football player, if he gets injured, he's on a contract and he still gets paid. Rodeo people, if we don't ride, we don't get paid. There's no contract, there's no guarantee. So you gotta ride with injuries and tough it out. It's definitely not a sport for the weak-hearted.
Oh, yes! Come on! Oh, no!
Where do you see yourself in the future of bull riding moving forward?
I hope to someday make the NFR, which is everyone's dream, in the PRCA. If you're in the PRCA, obviously that's your ultimate goal. And hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years, I can definitely make the NFR. Every bull I get on, I learn something from and I get better. And even if I buck off, I still learn something. So hopefully I can make it that far someday.
There you go. Well, here we are with Maggie Parker at Hamel Rodeo, Minnesota. Thank you, Maggie. Go ahead and follow her on Facebook, Maggie Parker. Thanks.
God bless and happy trails to each and every one of you.
Don't forget, you can learn more about us at the Rush Club by visiting our new website. It's therushclub.com. Upcoming events, stories, our bios, and fun little facts about us at the Rush Club, all at your fingertips. While you're there, drop us a note too. We're also on Facebook, so friend us there. That's therushclub.com. What a rush.